Ooh, waiting for the turd. We're going to see who's going to check in here. Obviously, it'll take a few minutes, so we'll just kind of like be patient. As you can tell, there's going to be no, what's the word I'm looking for here? There is no poll because it fills my screen up and I can't like see what you guys are saying when that happens. Let's see. As usual, per the title, the UN is out of control again. They're still pressing forward with the cyber crimes treaty, and it's actually a pretty serious problem. And I know that we've got all sorts of stuff going on here in the United States that we all think is more important right now. But it's interesting. Deanna, you are deterred. It pays to be early, right? It pays to be early. But we have a lot of stuff going on here in the United States right now, and we can't let it distract us from the bigger picture, the bigger things that are going on. The world, the people that want to dominate our world. West Virginia Pappy, sup? Good morning, my friend. Good morning. We got here. There, Tuck V's checking in. There you go. We're gonna let it fill up a little bit here. My screen is looking weird for some reason. I can't tell. There we go. I had something covered up like a dum-dum. All right. Let's see here. We're gonna give it about another minute and 20 seconds. We're all gonna die. Yes, eventually, Texan. We were born dying. It's that easy, you know. Andy, present and accounted for. What's up, Preston? Captain, my captain. We're gonna give it a few more minutes, and not even that. We're gonna give it probably another 30 seconds, and then we're gonna get into it because I'm on a timer right now. I've got stuff going on, and I've got to be back. I've got to be not sitting here in this vehicle in 30 minutes and 48 seconds. Got to time everything so that I can basically be two places at one time. And the sun is bouncing off. I like to face away from the sun in the morning. That way I don't get blinded. But it looks like it's trying to happen anyway. Also, guys, if you guys could do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button for me. It says there's 17 people in here and only 3 people have hit the thumbs up button on my side that I can see, and it'll help drive more people in here. Duly appreciated. Alrighty then, Canada, which reminds me, yeah, guys, the drawing, if you haven't seen the drawing went last night, and what was it? Light Raider won it. Let's see, but alrighty then, he was deterred. He was third in line. What I did was I did a drawing with 3 possible winners. If the first winner didn't contact me within 24 hours, which he did, then it would go to the second, and then he had 24 hours, and so on and so forth. So there was actually a chance for multiple people multiple people have the opportunity to win, but the winner won. Gratitude, good morning, young lady. Hopefully everything is good with you and yours. Hopefully John is doing well. I like to hear good stories about John and his health. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into it because we're into the 30 minutes. If you guys are just joining in, I've only got 29 minutes, 22 seconds to talk to you about the UN's decision about cybercrime laws. It's pretty stupid stuff, and it's coming to a theater near you. By the way, I got to figure out how to watch Homestead without actually going to a movie theater, but I'll get it figured out. My first cup of coffee in, I don't know, 2 or 3 days. Not bad. All right, so here's what we're going to be talking about today, guys. The United Nations they're going a little crazy. It's called the UN Cybercrime Treaty. And what it basically says, it started off with, hey, we need to combat some cybercrime, and we need to have some kind of treaty amongst all the countries that say that if some nefarious guy, like maybe China, hacks into something maybe like the U.S. Treasury, that we can reach across borders internationally with international law and go after these people. Sounds great. It sounds like something really good. Hey, what's up, Gnostic? I never voted for anyone in the UN. They have no rule over law here. Yeah, they don't. But the problem is these countries like to make they like to sign treaties with each other, And if they're very badly written, then there's a serious problem. So let me continue. And I didn't mean it like, hey, shut up, let me continue. I meant it like, I shall continue. But that's the treaty's original goal of addressing legitimate cybercrime remains important, but its broad and vague provisions raise alarms about potential misuse. Now, here's the thing. This is all like, oh, well, we would never do that. We would never allow that to happen. No, just give us all your data. We talked about this yesterday. I asked that fundamental question. If government knew everything about you, required for you to exist, knew everything about you, and were like just good, and it's like they never used it against you, anything like that, would you care that they had it all? And pretty much everybody unanimously said, yeah, I've got the right to privacy, and I completely agree. But what I'm saying is like, it's all about the nanny state, okay? And if mom and dad know everything about their child, as long as they don't do anything nefarious with it, it's okay. But who's the child and who's the parent in this situation? That's the real question, okay? I only recognize treaties ratified by the Senate. Absolutely, 100%. And this is really bad timing. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. So, broadening, what they've basically done is they broadened the scope of this treaty, okay? And this is, unfortunately, most of what's in this treaty, no one's ever actually seen before, because they've brought it before conference before, not Congress, conference. And it kind of like people found out about it. Now people are freaking about it. But, the treaty has shifted. And yes, I have my notes. The treaty has shifted from focusing exclusively on cybercrimes to encompassing a wide range of non-cybercrimes, allowing it. Wait, this is a cybercrime bill. Wait, what's that? What? This treaty has shifted from focusing exclusively on cybercrimes to encompassing a wide range of non-cyber crimes. Interesting. Allowing authorities to investigate vaguely defined serious crimes, quote fingers, serious crimes. This expansion includes the risk of governments exploiting these provisions to criminalize peaceful dissent, political opposition, or expression of sexual orientation. Why is the UN interested in that? Control. Activists, journalists, and minority groups are particularly vulnerable, as governments could justify repressive actions under the guise of enforcing the treaty. A lot of fancy words for write things super vaguely so that we can kick your front door in. Not a joke, that's how they operate. For example, a nation could interpret criticism of its leadership as a serious crime. Oh no, leaving the treaty to target individuals across borders without precise definitions of serious crimes and cybercrime. They haven't even defined cybercrime in the treaty. The treaty risks becoming a tool for authoritarian control to prevent such misuse. Its scope must be narrowed and clear legal boundaries must be established, ensuring only legitimate cybercrimes fall within its purview. Now, what we're talking about is this treaty, this UN treaty, right, that would allow one, and I don't want to go too deep because we're going to talk about it in another section here, but it allows one country to enact or to use its laws on another country that doesn't recognize that particular legal system. Okay, so it's very dangerous. It's very dangerous because all you need is some third world guy going, hey, Uganda, guess what? Someone said something bad about you today on Twitter. Of course, it's X. And yeah, you should go get them. Yeah, that's what you should do. Yeah, that's what the overlords want you to do because nobody cares about Uganda. You know what I'm saying? And so you got the now they're reaching across borders and trying to go after people because they said something like, "Oh, this is against human rights laws," and Uganda is a very strict organizational place, and they're like, "Whoa," you know. To jail, straight to jail. You guys had to have seen that meme that's been floating around for a while. I saw Sigma Prepper using it about a month ago. It's absolutely hilarious, but scary as hell. You know, you cook your fish too. You cook your fish not enough, to jail. You know, you overcook your fish, to jail. You yell in a cab, you go to jail. You know, it's very funny, but it's also very serious, because there are countries that have these some crazy ass, you know, basically be you know, supple, be limp noodle. You know what I'm saying? And it goes against American values. So I'm looking at the chat here. I can actually read it right now. Where are we at here? Bradley, good morning. The member of the UK Parliament, and he has gonna get us if we say bad things about them. Not here, buddy. Yeah, I heard about that. It's like, hey, you know, basically go suck it. It's that easy, UK. You know what I'm saying? You're our allies, but you're never going to be, you know, I hate to say it, but that's their plan. But you also have to remember that same person was very big on not the United Nations, but what's the word I'm looking for, guys? The big circle of stars. Somebody put it in the chat for me right there. Remember Brexit, where they got out of that? European Union. I beat you, European Union. But we'll see if anybody puts it in there. Anyway, he was one of those people, and you know, if you guys don't know, like the very infancy of the European Union, the day that they decided to create this and put it on paper, they rolled it out. They rolled out the document that would control all of what the EU is on a cart, similar to one of those, like those little red wagons like we had when we were kids. You might still be able to buy them at Tractor Supply or something like that. And it was 6 feet tall, paper stacked, 6 feet tall, with UN regulations or EU regulations. And what has happened is the United Nations wants to have that same power. Okay, and so it's very dangerous, because what's happening is, and we're going to go over this in a section. We're going to go over. Matter of fact, let's just move on to the next section. We now have 20 minutes and 17 seconds. Gonna drink some coffee. By the way, I ordered my new coffee cup, guys. It's gonna be awesome. I tell you what, a little shameless self-promotion here, guys. I've got that merch store. You guys probably have started seeing it pop up in different places on the YouTubes itself. I bought one of the, and it kind of sucks, because I can't, when I was with Teespring, I could get like I'm not making any of, I had to pay for the test items, you know what I'm saying? And I wasn't super happy with them, but I didn't have to pay full price for them, because I am the merch guy, you know what I'm saying? But I'm with this other company now, and honestly, I can't remember the name of them, but I ordered the shirt, and I ordered it in the what is it, high quality, it's like the upper level stuff. Very nice shirt. It's in the laundry right now, so when after I wash it and dry the hell out of it and see if it shrinks, which I don't expect it to, it's made of it's like a synthetic workout type fabric. It's even got the sweat. If you guys don't know about, they're now making shirts that have like this little piece of kind of weird cloth in the neck, in the back of the neck, that's designed to catch all of the sweat and dirt and stuff off of your neck. It's even got that in it. Well worth the money. I'm going to probably buy 2 or 3 more of those. I need to design more of them, to be honest with you. Matter of fact, if you guys have any kind of artistic ideas, contact localprepper@gmail.com. Guys, you guys can find the email. Send me a design. Send me something that looks cool. Send me an idea, and I'll turn it into a shirt. Not a joke. But yeah, I don't know about the hoodies yet. I'm kind of particular on the shirts. But I ordered the mug itself, so I can drink tea out of it for you guys. And I ordered it double-sided. I need to redesign it, I think. No, I think it's okay the way it is. But I'm very interested in seeing what that's like. That is on the way. So I want to let you know about the moisture wicking. Yes, it is. The fabric is moisture wicking. It's not a regular T-shirt. It's like the I love the I guess you could say moisture wicking fabrics. I'm not a cotton T-shirts are great for going out on the town, but just everyday use. There's just something about the moisture, that moisture wicking fabric that is super comfortable. So. Let's see. Felt sorry. Let me check the chat here real quick. What's up, Pilgrim? Good to see you, bro. Felt sorry for them that agreed to the EU and more that had no say in it. Yeah, exactly. Let's see here. Moisture wicking. Oops, Rose. There's also an American Union if you didn't know or approve. Euro America. I've never heard of the American Union before. Oops. That's kind of interesting. We've got Bob Peters shut up. What's going on, bro? All right, we have 17 minutes left, so let's get to the second section of this thing. All right, so talks about the risks to encryption and security. So a particularly troubling provision in the draft could compel engineers or technology professionals to undermine encryption or security measures at the request of authorities. Encryption is the cornerstone of modern digital security, protecting everything from personal communications to banking transactions and healthcare data. Weakening encryption compromises not only individual prices, but also critical infrastructure, leaving systems vulnerable to exploitation by hackers, cyber criminals, and oppressive regimes. This provision risks creating a global precedent where governments can mandate backdoors in encryption tools to move a move that jeopardizes. There's an awful lot of movement around me today, kind of freaking me out a little bit. Let's see here. Backdoors move that jeopardizes security worldwide. Strong encryption standards must be must be upheld, and any provisions enabling interference with these systems could be unequivocally rejected. Instead, the treaty should promote international cooperations in securing digital infrastructure without sacrificing privacy and security. So basically, they want to make sure the North American Union, Northcom, Amero currency. That's interesting. I've never heard of this Amero currency. What's it used for? That's the real question, because a currency, that doesn't have a use is kind of like doesn't have a use. Moving on to the third one here, because I really wanted to. I think this one is the most important one. They talk about unrestricted cross-border data access. So the treaty grants states the power to access data stored in foreign countries, even if doing so violates the host nation's privacy laws. This undermines national security, sovereignty, and could significantly weaken privacy protections, especially in nations with robust data protection frameworks. Such measures disproportionately affect individuals and jurisdictions with strong privacy laws, eroding the trust in international agreements. To address this concern, the treaty must include safeguards from cross-border investigations. Data requests should require mutual legal assistance treaties, or MLATs, judicial oversight, and strict adherence to the host nation's legal standards. Additionally, mechanisms for the independent review and accountability should be implemented to prevent abuse of these powers. They just want to reach right into another government, into another country, and say, under the UN treaty, on we're going to come get your stuff. We're just going to reach right over the border and into America, with legal this and legal that, and take your stuff. You're a criminal now. And it gets worse. It absolutely gets worse. Let's see here. Isn't that the reason they want to ban TikTok? I'm not sure if that has anything to do with it, but everything's connected now. So there's that very high possibility that is correct, So Oops says, it's the alternative like the euro. Well, the euro isn't an alternative. The euro is actually the currency. In countries that are part of the European Union, the euro is the currency. There's no, give you an example. The United Kingdom, or UK, went under the European Union before Brexit, there was no British pound. There was a British pound before that, and then there was the new British pound now after that, okay? Or British sterling, as it used to be called, I believe. I'm not sure what they call it now. So, yeah, as part of the European Union, that's what they use, euros. If you go to Germany, there's no Deutschmark, okay? They use the euro. So, I'm still very interested in this currency you're talking about. I may come find you later. Let's see here. No, it did not. And aware of new currency for U.S. Yeah, got you, Rose. Got you. No worries. Cuck, good to see you, bro. Good to see you. All right, so here's the big one. Here's the big one. We've got 12 minutes and 29 seconds. Potential for human rights abuse. Now, we say potential. It's like, well, you know, we're not sure if we would do this or not. But let me tell you about my notes here. Matter of fact, let's take a sip of coffee. All right, let's see here. So, potential for human rights abuses. Critics argue that the treaty could facilitate widespread human rights abuses by enabling authoritarian regimes to misuse its provisions. Without explicit protections, governments could exploit the treaty to suppress dissent, silence opposition, and target marginalized communities. The broad definitions of crime and the lack of safeguards against misuse create a dangerous framework that could be used to legitimize oppression. For instance, a government might classify peaceful protests or online activism as criminal activity under the treaty, enabling cross-border investigations and prosecutions. This undermines not only the individual freedoms, but also the treaty's stated purpose of combating genuine cybercrime. Embedding robust human rights protections is essential to ensure that the treaty aligns with international law and cannot be weaponized against vulnerable populations. All right, so here's the thing, guys. Here's what this is really all about, all right? And I've got some recommendations on this. Obviously, no one will listen to me, but, you know, we definitely need to make sure that we limit the treaty scope. We want to make sure that we incorporate transparency and public oversight over the process, because they've been hiding this treaty is what they've been doing. Okay. And then we definitely need to protect encryption and digital security. People say, well, why? If you're not doing anything wrong, you don't need it. Yeah, that's the nanny state talk right there. That's a nanny state justification. We need to make sure that if they do something with this, that they strengthen oversight of cross-border investigations. Basically, you just can't come here and start investigating people because whatever country you're from, you know, Kazakhstan is very unhappy with, you know, JoeSchmo.com. You know what I'm saying? He's talking bad about us. Let's go and get him. Embed human rights safeguards. And they need to promote international collaboration for accountability. Now, here's the thing. Here's what this is all about, guys. This is all about control. That's all this is. What you have to understand, one of the reasons that you know, maybe you know or maybe you don't know, but maybe I should try and make this clear for you. What these people want to do is they want to be able to shut you up, and they want to be able to use force. Governments only have one difference. There's only one difference between a government and a corporation, and that is the ability to use force. What the UN wants to do is they want to be able to use force against anybody who says something bad about whatever, Kazakhstan on X. That's what they want. They want the ability to reach across borders, investigate people, you know, and justify what they're doing. That's what they want to be able to do. That's what this treaty is really all about. Otherwise, they would have just written it about cybercrimes. They would have just made it so that, hey, if some country, China, decides to reach across the border and hack something like the U.S. Treasury, and make it so that they can't get away with it in the international community. That's what they want. They want to be able to not do that. They just want to come after. This whole treaty is about coming after, you know, Mr. Beast, because one day he said that China's bad, or one day he said that, you know, Kazakhstan is a bad place and they suck. You know what I'm saying? This is about quelling dissent, because when people make bad decisions, those same people are the people that don't want anybody to tell them, hey, dude, you made a bad decision. We don't like this. You got to go. That's what they don't want to happen. They want to stay in power. They want to continue to do all the things that they want to do, and they want to do it whether you like it or not. Yeah. Does anybody smell that? If you love your, I could sense it. I can feel it in the air. If you love your country, not your government, your country. If you love your country, put a 1 in the chat. America. I'm going to drink some coffee. I'm going to talk some smack, and you're going to listen. Because I have 7 minutes and 21 seconds to do all of those things. If you guys want to talk about something, put that in the chat. If you got a comment, put that in the chat, because my notes are complete. LP's notes are complete. All right. I do have my portable CD.
Waves 1 foot. Chance of rain in the evening. Snow likely. Monday, northeast winds 10 to 15 knots, becoming north 15 to 20 knots in the afternoon. Waves 2 to 3 feet.
Did you know that you can get NOAA weather on a CB radio? Ha-ha! Yeah. Magical, right? Snow, likely. Well, we'll see what happens, because that's not in my weather report. Smells like BS. No, see, you've only been here for a short while, Pilgrim, and I do appreciate you. And I know where you came from, Broseph. But it is what it is. It is what it is. And anybody who pops in, man. Anybody who pops in. So, yeah, CB radios can actually get NOAA, the local NOAA stations. Let's see. Watch out for, West Virginia Pappy says, watch out for the electric trucks. Trouble seems to follow them. Oh, yeah, man. I tell you what, yesterday was an explosive day for news. Excuse me. Why? Let me ask you a question. And I know I'm asking a lot of you here, okay? I'm trying to formulate this in a way that won't get me kicked off of YouTube, but you'll still be able to interact. Why is the news downplaying the fact that a suicide bomber tried to blow up the front of the Trump building in Las Vegas? If you think that it was all part of some kind of sleeper cell or radicalized person, because you, and I'm going to tell you why. If you think that that's the case, put a 1 in the chat. Looks like Nico's already with me, right? So here's the thing. You're not going to sit there and tell me that there's no symbolism. And I've seen the video, that there's no symbolism between the Trump, I think it's called Trump Plaza, we're going to call it the Trump building that's in Las Vegas. It's got a big T on the glass. I've seen video from inside as well. The symbolism behind a Tesla truck, Elon Musk, driving up to the front of the building, stopping, or the combination of Trump and Elon Musk, kaboom. You can't tell me there's no symbolism there, okay? It's absolutely insane, okay? Now, here's the thing. There are some that have already started to say really stupid stuff, like, oh, well, that shows that, these electric vehicles aren't safe. They're going to explode. Well, there's only one problem with the whole thing. When the explosion happened, a couple of things, and not everybody will pick this stuff up, okay? I'm not saying I know more than other people, but I'm very familiar with the situation. And the guy stopped, held his foot on the brake, and then the whole thing exploded. Fires for that type of battery don't just explode and let's just say you have to do a hell of a lot to make those batteries explode, okay? There were multiple secondaries, which means that whatever was inside that thing that this guy set off himself, okay, didn't all explode at once. And it was very poorly done because the vehicle actually looks like it was full of fireworks. You could actually hear them spinning off, okay, inside of the vehicle. So that leads me to believe that this guy tried to make something out of readily accessible fireworks, you know, and the guy sat there and just held his foot on the brake. Kaboom! You know what I'm saying? It's interesting because you would have to expose those batteries to a metric ton of salt water, okay? And if you know anything about the Tesla battery packs, they are completely sealed, and the possibility of water getting inside of them is so remote. It would be the same possibility of you breathing in the vacuum of space. Not a joke. Okay. So yeah, it was not, there was no Tesla failure. All right. So there were explosives. He was an explosive, or he was a frickin' bomber. So the question is, why is the media downplaying the fact that a suicide bomber just tried to blow up a Trump building in a Tesla? And who has the money to do that? Who has the money to do that? And Teslas are almost impossible to steal. So someone had to buy that vehicle. And those records are going to get traced back to somebody because Teslas have a system where they're being tracked 24/7. Yeah. Do all that math and get back with me, you know? What's up, Pastor? Good to see you. Let's see here. An EV battery abuse testing, to be specific. He has most likely from a foreign country. There's no telling, guys. There's no camels. That's racist. Don't be so racist. Frickin' Ian. Let's see here. No doubt. You guys I've got about 15 more seconds left here. Fun fact, I work at an EV battery testing facility, and I can tell you for a fact that they do not go up like that. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. You have to, the only way you can make those battery cells explode is by basically throwing them off of a ship into the water, completely explode. Those things are so sad. Shut up, alarm. Those things are so sealed. It's crazy, man. They literally have to like cook off. It's almost impossible to make them explode, you know? So, let's see here. It's a U.S. citizen who had sissy FLA, who had a. Oh, I got you, Jack. I got you. Listen, man, I did a video on this last night. You guys should have seen it. If you haven't, go look at it. It's got all the facts in it. It's got all the speculation in it. It's got all the crazy graybeard freaking thoughts about it. You might want to go check it out. Let's see here. Ian says, but when those batteries do catch fire, it takes a long time to, yeah, because they're literally their own fuel source, and they have to literally just burn out. We used to, back in the day, the batteries that we used for our radios in the military, they were like, do not get these batteries wet, and under no circumstances should you ever expose them to salt water, okay? And obviously the technology changed. It changed while I was on active duty to be not so, the batteries would not have such a violent reaction when they were exposed to water. But yeah, we used to literally, like, our old batteries, no joke, the military used to do crazy stuff, man. We used to dump trash. We would just like dump trash. I mean, just like bags of trash getting thrown off the end of the ship. That was the way we got rid of it. The batteries, we would just the ones that were, because you could only cycle them a couple of times, they just didn't last. They didn't recharge very well at all. They were throwaway batteries basically. Matter of fact, they came packaged in the plastic was packaged in cardboard. So literally the battery was encased in cardboard, which was just unbelievably stupid. But anyway, we would just throw them off the back of the ships while we were at sea and watch them explode. You could see them explode in the distance. So let's see here. So all new vehicles tracked, not just Tesla. I believe that. Oops, I believe that. That's why I drive an old vehicle. Not because I'm paranoid, not because I don't want to be tracked, but it is what it is. All right, guys. Let's see. That's going to be about it. I got to go back inside and get what I need to get done. I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me. As usual, guys, do me a favor, hit that thumbs up on the way out the door. Ka-chow! It's free and it's for me. If you're not a subscriber, do me a favor, do that. And I shall be here tomorrow at 9 a.m. Guys, go check out the video I made yesterday on the survival rations. Learned a few things, spent a little bit of money trying to make sure that you guys know what's in these packages. No, I did not die because I ate the 15-year-old survival ration, but I will tell you that I probably shouldn't have ate it. Eyes open, no fear. No, that's not my cat's line. That's somebody else's, man. Okay, that's going to be about it, guys. Make sure you hit that sub button, all that good stuff. Stay safe. Have a great day, and I shall see you when I see you, which will be in the next video. Later.